Hello there, fellow tech enthusiast, business leader, and innovator. Welcome to Technologically Speaking on Base 101.1 FM radio. My name is Saki, and you're a tech storyteller. I'm excited to be back on your screens talking with you. And today on the show, I am a joy box. I'm trying to contain my habits because we're finally getting to address very critical questions facing African businesses today. I mean, how do African businesses scale after pumping so much into marketing, digital marketing, doing everything they can to take advantage of their online credibility or how do you call it, their online spend or presence? How do they make revenue from it? How does it translate from visibility to profit is what we're discussing today. And I have on the show someone who's been there, done that, have a t-shirt for it, and is still doing it. This man is one of the top trainers for Google in Africa. I dare say Africa. And I don't think there is any digital agency worth its salt in Nigeria today that has not had some of their key leaders trained by this man. I'm glad to have on the show today an expert who is a visionary when it comes to digital business transformation. It's good to have the CEO of himself, Mr. Michael Ezeadiachi, on the show today.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Again.
It's good to have you on the show. I'm excited to have you on the show because
Thank you.
I'm thinking about several reviews, about you as an individual. You've been a trainer for many years. I remember since 2012.
Yeah.
You've been a Google trainer since 2012.
Yeah.
Tell us about that journey. How did you become a Google trainer?
Okay. When I was doing my NYSC, I worked with a company, at the bridge, and during that period, some women organizations in Abuja wanted to be trained, and they reached out to Google Nigeria for someone to come and train them. So they reached out to the company I work for, and the company recommended me to go for a training to train those people on behalf of Google then. So I got to Abuja and started the training. So in fact, I poured out everything I knew about Google AdWords, Google Analytics, everything about Google, search engine optimization, content, how to rank on Google, because most of these women, they have businesses, you understand, and they are looking at how can they get much visibility online. And after the training, I came back to Lagos, and the next thing, the person in charge reached out to the company I was working for, said, who was that guy that you sent some feature for us? And that was how he found out about me, and they said, bring into our office. And that was how I got to the Google office. And then we had a run, technical discussion. And then Google set up a unit or a system there called Google Business Group. Yeah. And then they were creating awareness about their product. And then that was how we went to Abuja again, went to Port Harcourt, went to Enugu, and also Lagos, introducing people to the Google Business Group, just a unit, you understand. So that group is a group that helps Nigerians, businesses to understand how to use the Google product. So that was it, you understand. And since then, I've loved Google products till today. I've trained a lot of people using different Google products.
Yeah. And a lot of people you've trained are milking the industry, not just in Nigeria but across Africa.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, I was talking to we're doing a research about, bringing you and of course conversations, and we got to understand that, of course, you've done digital transformation for a lot of leading businesses across Africa. Yeah. Some of the foremost men of God in this country have had to consult you to help them spread their messages. And I was hearing about one who, I'm not going to mention names now, but, You've helped put their message out there, and millions of people, several hundreds of millions, from an initiative you started. Put your message here, do it this way, train their teams, and millions, hundreds of millions of downloads. Now, let's talk about businesses in Africa. Across West, East, and Southern Africa, where you consult, even the UK, Europe, and all that, a lot of businesses are investing in digital marketing. They're investing in social media marketing, in SEO optimization, but it is not converting into revenue. What is the missing link?
One thing you need to know is that the desire of every business is to generate revenue. Do you understand? And opening different social media accounts is nothing. Or using different tools is nothing. You must have a structured strategy. A structured data strategy, a business strategy. Combining those digital tools with your strategy, then you can be able to get results. You understand? If you watch, the problem a lot of businesses have is, for example, you're an entrepreneur. You just woke up, says you want to start a business. You will get a web developer. The developer will come and just build something and give you. There's a problem there because you as a business, you have not done your proper research to understand searcher's intent. I always preach the gospel of searcher's intent. I will check, use keyword planner to find out what people are searching for that particular brand or for that particular product. What is the average monthly search volume for that particular product or for that particular keyword? You understand? And when I've gotten those details, sometimes it's going to be 5,000 keywords. Yes.
5,000 keywords.
Yes.
For a particular line of business.
Yes. You understand? Then, like 4 or 5 years ago, I do manual review analysis, but with the integration of AI now, ChatGPT, all I need to do is to upload that particular keyword to ChatGPT and enter my prompt. Please, I want all the commercial or transactional keyword from all this list that I've sent you, because mine is more. You understand? So which keyword is going to track that revenue for me? So ChatGPT is going to now list all of them for me. You understand? And once it is listed, then I will now go ahead to now start doing content strategy around that keyword. So a lot of businesses, especially in Nigeria, they don't do those proper analysis. They just go ahead and start building website and start running ads. You don't even know who you are targeting. You understand? So the main thing is when you have done that, your analysis, you have understood your searcher's intent, then you now start talking about targeting the right customers, the right age range. You understand? Then you must have a very powerful content strategy.
So you start with structure, data structure, then you go to content strategy.
Yeah, you must have a very good, you must have done your keyword analysis. You have understood your searcher's intent. Why are people searching for this particular problem? How are they searching for it? You understand that? So when you have achieved that, then you now start talking about your content strategy. In fact, content for me is the king. You understand? Because before you rank, before any visibility on Google, you must give Google something. And that must be a very written content. And when that content has been written, vetted, you ensure that the title of that content communicates what the people are searching for. So that when you publish it and Google indexes it, and when people search for it, your website is going to show up. You understand? The problem here is this. The developers build the website for you and hand it over to you. Say, Ken, this is your website. Pay us some money. You understand? The developers do not care about, is this website going to rank on Google? Have I done SEO analysis for this website? What can I do for off-page optimization or on-page optimization?
The question is, do they even know these things we're talking about?
I'm sorry. 60% of developers don't know it.
We web developers now?
Yes, they don't know it. Only 40%.
So is it just templates? They just build are using templates to build?
They know to use templates to build website. They don't care about all those SEO other stuff. It's when you now start pressing them. That is when you start having clash between the marketer and the technical team having clash. The only when it becomes successful is when the technical team understands what the marketer is saying or what the SEO specialist is saying. Then they will now work together to give the business the success the business needs. You understand? So when you have done that, your content is ready. Then you publish your content on your website. And once you have done that, you have to go further to now start doing the analysis, SEO audit, to find out which pages on your website will rank first on Google. You understand now? Then you have to now talk about title and meta description for each of those pages. But Nigerian businesses, they don't do that. They'll just sit down and say, I've given Emeka money to build a website for me. And for the past 1 year, no revenue, no calls. Then that is when you now start seeing clients saying this digital thing does not work. You understand? It's because they have invested a lot of money, but because of there's no structured strategy around the tools, the team, the professionals working with
the team, the professional working together.
There's not going to be any success. I'm serious about that.
So this is sounding like a lot of work, because now from what I'm hearing you say is like being online is not enough anymore. There has to be an intentionality.
You have to be intentional. If you're not intentional, you can't compete online. Because what you're competing for is market share. Even talking to you yourself, I built 1, 2, 3 websites for a particular brand to ensure that they are on first, second, third position on Google, to ensure that no other person takes over.
For a particular business.
For a particular business with different names. It's all about market share. If you can't be seen, forget about it. And also, with this era of AI now, ChatGPT that can help businesses to generate content and all those stuff, you understand? I'm a conservative. Why I'm saying that is this. Most content writers now, they just go, put their prompt, generate content, they publish online. But let me tell you something, right? There's difference between that content you generated with ChatGPT and the one you sat down, researched, and you developed that content. There's a big difference. And I've noticed that sometimes that content you generated with ChatGPT might not run fast, but the one that you naturally sat down and developed runs fast. You understand? However, there's something you need to also put into consideration. For African businesses to rank, you can't just wake up and build a website today and expect to rank first on Google.
So there's need for time.
There's need for time. And there's need for those businesses to invest in PR, link building. Let me use PR for example now. Yeah. We have some top news platforms in Nigeria. You understand? That has been existing for a very long time. The thing there is this, which most marketers, most agencies will not even tell you. There's what is called domain authority of every website. If you build a website today, your domain authority is 0 over 100. You understand? The domain authority of a website that has been existing for the past 10 years might be 50, 70, 80. When you publish a content on all those top websites, there's a transfer authority from those top website to that your new website you build. That is why PR is very important. But let me tell you the funny thing again. Right now, if you go online, you see a lot of PR people making advert talking. For me, they're making noise. Do you know why? When you put content on all those platforms, and there's no link in those big platforms that has high domain authority, there's no transfer of authority to that small business that you are promoting online, so that their own website, that small business website, will rank on Google in terms of transfer of authority. You understand? Though in terms of recommendation engine, what is going on right now with AI, you understand? It's no longer search, it's now recommendation, because when you put your content on all those top websites, there's still advantage. You understand? But there's a need for you to transfer authority from those top websites to those small websites, especially if the African business is just started. You understand? So it's all about, one, understanding search as intent, doing your keyword research to find out how many people are searching for this particular product in this particular industry that you want to jump into as a business. And then you do your projection. Then from there, you develop your strategy, your content strategy first. Text, video, podcast, images, you understand? Then from there, you now talk about analytics, tracking. Nobody talks about that, but that is the main thing. Because if you're able to use analytics to analyze the performance of your marketer, you'll be able to find out, am I wasting money or am I generating revenue? Because the analytics, especially Google Analytics, can give you information about this is the top website that receives traffic to your business. This is the website, the top pages that are not worth receiving much traffic. Then you have to now go back to the drawing table. Why are these pages not receiving much traffic? And what is the issue? If there's an issue of maybe rebuilding the landing page to ensure that the conversion optimization moves smoothly, that is fine. Then another thing that people are not talking about, marketers are not talking about, is user behavior, customer behavior. We have some tools like Microsoft Clarity, Hotjar, that can give you information about what each individual person that visited your website did that particular day. You can analyze it for the next 30 days, for the next 2 months. With that, you understand the behavior of everybody. Which button did they click? How did they move from one page to the other? How did they exit from your website? And these tools are very simple to integrate on the website. All you need is just to create an account, generate a code, integrate it on the website, and then you start monitoring. You understand? So user behavior is very important. Customer targeting is very important. And also you have to look at the persona of the people you are targeting. Who are these people? Are they always on social media? Where are you going to meet them? You understand that? Because you have to look at some other tools apart from SEO, social media. You have to look at Google and what? Which is with PPC, pay-per-click advertising. You only pay Google when somebody clicks on your ad. And right now, Google has integrated AI into their system that they can literally help you to even generate the ad text, images that you can use to run your ad.
Let me take you on AI there, AI and automation. Yeah. AI seems to be like the hottest thing right now. Of course it is. It's the electricity of our own time. When electricity came up, that, in the generation it did.
Yeah.
Now, how is AI and automation changing the way businesses in Africa approach marketing and customer acquisition? I always tell people, a lot of times, customer acquisition is more important than customer service, because you need to have customers first. Service them first. So you start to acquire customers by marketing. So how is AI changing how businesses approach marketing and customer acquisitions?
In fact, AI has revolutionized everything. Talking to you, I'm one of the big fans of AI. You understand? Because I use it in my work. With AI, you can automate everything you want to automate. You can even do your marketing analysis. You can even develop strategy. It can help you develop strategy that you can use to retain those customers. And another thing is this. You don't need to spend more. You understand? You don't need to spend more to get the benefits of all these AI tools. The only thing you have to do is to ensure that the prompt that you're giving to them, you understand? You train them to understand who you are. Like me now, brother, I am now talking to you. There are some times that when I'm chatting with ChatGPT and it gives me an information that is not okay, I've said, it seems you are angry, or what is going on? You tell me, my ear, calm down.
Is that what they call blackmailing AI? I read about it that you cannot manipulate and blackmail AI.
It will tell you, calm down. Are you angry? I understand what you are saying. Okay, this is it. You understand? So, interacting with it, training the AI tool to understand your business is extremely very powerful. And this AI tool, they can also project for you. Everything every business needs today can be developed within the AI system. In fact, as I'm talking to you right now, with those AI systems, like, for example, ChatGPT, I was able to design an interface, a landing page, generated the code, set up the landing page, everything within 20 minutes using ChatGPT. Because I have some knowledge about programming, so it was easier for me to just put.
Without AI, how long would that have taken you before now?
Okay. You would have spent at least, let's say, 4 or 5 hours, or even 1 week building, because you have to write the code. But the AI tool can help you generate the codes immediately. You understand? But since you have knowledge of it, you cannot go inside the code and edit the codes to get what you want. You understand? So the AI tool, they help my businesses, you understand, to achieve their goal faster. To get,
Well,
they reduce.
It sounds like AI now is for businesses that can afford that. What about growing businesses? Because we have, according to records, about 40 million small, medium enterprise businesses in Nigeria registered.
Yeah.
And of those 40 million, most of them are, mom and pop shops, my father's shop, my mother's business, small businesses. How can those businesses take advantage, leverage AI, leverage digital tools to scale, to grow?
Ken, it's not when you know how to use the tool that you now start talking about scaling and growing.
So it starts with knowledge.
It starts with knowledge. And that is where there's need for more professionals that understands this tool to now train these businesses. You understand? Because as I'm talking to you, there's a lot of businesses that they're on the verge of closing.
Some have even closed.
Some have closed. And it's because there was nobody to guide them. This is what you need to do. This is what you need to do. This is the tool to use. This is the tool to use. You understand? And there was one of my clients that they called me. It was an emergency. I sat down with them and they told me, they said, Michael, I'm almost getting depression. I'm almost depressed. How will you help us? I told them, don't worry, from next week, you start getting calls.
You prophet.
Why I said that was because of the different tools that I know I've used, which when I apply it for them, is going to give them measurable result. And the client, as I'm talking to you, from $100 in her ad campaign, increased to $200, $600, $1,000 because they're seeing results. You understand? So these 40 million businesses we're talking about right now needs to be trained. You understand? In fact, you are even talking yourself, if there's a way you can organize training for these businesses on how they can leverage AI tools to be successful online, that is going to be very perfect. You understand? And you teach them what they need to do. And each business is unique. You understand? Because they are playing in different industry. Do you get? And also location too. Somebody in Abeokuta, the challenges the person is facing in Abeokuta might be different from the one in Anambra. You understand? Yeah. So there's need to have a unique strategy in helping these businesses based on location, based on the industry.
Now, let me take you on. So let's as we wrap up, I'm thinking in the next 3 to 5 years, what would define the future of digital marketing for African businesses, Nigerian businesses? Because I like this idea of training, but we know putting together people to train them can be a lot. And I know, of course, when we call you, would respond. We have always been doing that for many years. We're looking at the future, I'm saying the next 2 to 5 years. What would change with regards to using digital to grow businesses?
What will change is, one, there's going to be much knowledge, awareness of how the tools are being used. You understand? Because a lot of people...
Could the tools become more affordable?
For me, looking at what we have right now, you understand, I think it's going to be more affordable, but there's going to be a problem. You understand? Because most businesses will now focus more on using those tools to achieve their goals. Then there will be an issue of human capital development, because individuals that are working with these businesses, their jobs might be like threatened to get, because these AI tools can now do those jobs, those tasks faster. Do you understand? Okay, You need to, these tools you are seeing right now, sometimes when I'm using them, I will just be looking at different industry that their jobs have been threatened already. Do you get? Then also for African businesses, there is also need to have like a hub. Do you understand? A hub where people can come have access to the information. You understand? And with that, they can generate more revenue. They can be successful in whatever they are doing. You understand? Then also content creators. You understand now? Can make more money monetizing their content. You understand? For example, you have a skill, you can use AI tools to generate content about what you do, how you do it. You understand? You push it out there. What takes you 2-3 hours to do before can take you maybe 10-15 minutes to do. You understand? So content creators are going to play a very big role about the future of this particular.
Okay. So my final question to you now, for a business owner, small business owner listening, watching, and would like to say, where do I start from? What would be your immediate advice for them to go from, okay, now I'm online. Oh, people like my stories, people engage, but they want to move from visibility to measurable revenue growth. What would be your immediate advice to them? What should they do?
It's very simple. Thank God you asked me that question. The first thing that they need to do, first of all, is to create a Google My Business page. Google My Business page is owned by Google. Do you understand? And it's free. It helps your business to be seen on Google Search, on Google Maps, and on Google Plus. You understand? Then 2, build a small website for yourself. Put your product and services information on that website. Then 3, ensure that all your social media platforms are all connected to your website and also are all connected to the Google My Business page. And whenever you're posting any content online, ensure that the title of that content aligns with the search index, what people are searching for. Because right now, we have social search. Within Facebook, within Instagram, within TikTok, you can search for information. And in fact, most of all these social platforms, they are not even competing on Google search. There are some information you search on Google right now. You will see the information from Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. Do you understand? Showing up on search. Do you understand? So search and SEO, Google My Business, then AI. But finally, there's something I want to say. We have gone beyond search. We're now in a recommendation era, where if you are not giving a much information about your business to different AI agents,
it will recommend you.
It will not recommend you.
I love that.
That's my final. You understand?
I love that.
Final thing.
I love that.
If you don't give much information to this AI agent, they will not recommend you. Yeah. And they're very mean.
Michael, thank you very much for joining us on the show today. From what he said, this is not the time to take a chance and just sit by or wait on chance. You must make something happen for yourself. This is the area where there is no excuse. You first of all need to be online and need to know what to do with your presence online. To start by being online, have your social media pages, have Google My Business pages, have a website, link them all together, and put as much information about your business out there so that AI now can recommend your business to other people. So until next week, I'm your host, Saken, and this has been Technologically Speaking. Thank you for joining us on the show. I'll see you next week.